There are a lot of studies out about hydration, and it's amazing how different the studies are. And so you can go out on the internet and you can look at stuff and get completely different opinions about the proper way for hydration or exactly how important hydration is. But what we do know for sure is that when you work out in the heat, you're gonna sweat a lot, and that causes a loss of fluids. And if you don't replace those fluids, it's bad for your muscles as one. And there's a lot of side effects for not maintaining your hydration while you're running. From a efficiency standpoint, you're gonna use your glycogen stores up sooner. So for those of us in the marathon, you would hit that wall sooner than you otherwise would if you don't maintain your hydration. You're also gonna affect your cognitive abilities, not in a positive sense, if you don't maintain your hydration. You're also going to increase your body temperature, your body heat, which can lead to heat stroke if you're not careful on that. So there's some bad things that happen by not maintaining your hydration. Symptoms of being dehydrated: lethargy, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, dry mouth and dry lips. Those are all signs that you're starting to become dehydrated or are dehydrated. If you're feeling any of those, especially the dizziness, the nausea, hydrate on your run. Just stop, take a walk break, hydrate, and usually that will go away. The flip side of being dehydrated is being overhydrated. That's really bad if you overhydrate. People die because they overhydrate. So there's a line between like being dehydrated and then trying to hydrate yourself, but drinking so much that you overhydrate, where your body can't function anymore because you just flooded it with so much water. Your kidneys can't function the way they should, and you can die. So not to scare you on that, but that's pretty rare, overhydrating that much. But so just be aware, like don't be that person that says, man, I need to drink constantly during my run. The easiest way to tell whether or not you're hydrated before you start your run is really to look at your pee. There's signs up in the bathroom, not to be too gross, but the color of your urine will tell you whether or not you're hydrated. If it's a light color, you're hydrated. If it's dark, you're not hydrated. So on a day like today, you wouldn't want to start a workout not being hydrated. So what you can do, drink water a few hours before your workout. There's a range that's given for that, 1 to 2 hours before your workout. Some people say like an ounce for every 10 pounds that you weigh. So someone like me, like 15.5 ounces of water, 1 to 2 hours before they're gonna do their workout, and then like 4 to 8 ounces of water shortly before they do their workout. During your run, the general consensus anymore is to drink when you feel thirsty. They're not really preaching every 15 minutes, make sure you drink this much water. It's drink when you're thirsty. You have to be careful on that because as you get older, you start to lose that sense of thirst. So those of us that are getting up there in years, just be aware of that. We start to lose that sensation as we're working out. We don't become as thirsty as we should. And also sometimes we get caught up in the race and we don't hydrate the way we should, or we get caught up in our workout and we forget to drink even though we are thirsty because we want to like just push through it or whatever. So a simple way to tell if you're hydrating enough during your run is to weigh yourself before your run and then weigh yourself after your run. If you lose 2% of your body weight during your workout, like you come back and you're 2% or less, you're fine. You're a little bit dehydrated, but you're not really reaching the point where it's to worry about. If you come back from your workout and you're more than 2%, if you've lost more than 2% of your body weight during that workout, you might want to drink a little more during your workout. The 2% is given for when it's really hot out like it is now. When the temperatures cool off in the fall, that 2%, a lot of people say you can lose between 3 and 5% and still be okay when the temperatures aren't as hot and it's not as humid. A lot of people when they race will lose more than 5%. Those tend to be the elite athletes who do that, and they're good with that. There's ultra runners who will run their race and drop 12% of their body weight and win the ultra, and then they just rehydrate themselves. That's not us. you know, so we don't want to push that. So even the elite people as well, like if you think back, I don't know how many people watched the U.S. women's Olympic trials for their marathon. The person who came in third place she was completely dehydrated and had to be carried off at the end, and had the whole IV thing going on at the end. So it is dangerous to get too dehydrated during your runs. Especially here in the summer, it's easy to happen. Really quick, some other things besides just drinking water. If you notice that you sweat a lot as well on your run and you're out for more than an hour, consider adding electrolytes of some sort to your hydration plan, just to get those back in, because you're losing all of that if you sweat a lot. You know, so if you finish your run and you're that person that has the salt on their face and on their clothes, on their arms, like I am, you know you need to replenish electrolytes as well. And that can be a lot of different stuff. It can be a sports drink, it can be the Nun, it can be salt tablets. You can get, if you do pretzels during your run, that's a good source of salt as well. But you need something in there to get those electrolytes back in you. After your run, it's also good to hydrate. I mean, you know, it's not always what's first on your mind, but hydrate after your run. You know, get that water back in you, replenish it.